Okay, so last time we looked in traditional cipher, transposition cipher, and the example that we looked at it was actually key transposition cipher, where I have some type of a key. We have something called keyless transposition cipher. So one of the example of that cipher is rail fence cipher. So what in this particular cipher, what do we do? Let's say I have a message: meet me at the park. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make like a rail. So we're gonna start out with our message, the first alphabet of our message, and then we're gonna start writing it in terms of like a zigzag manner. All right. So for example, our message was meet me at the park. Okay, so we're going to write it in terms of a zigzag manner, and the way we're going to encrypt this, we're going to read off in terms of rows. So the way we're going to read it, we're going to read it in terms of rows. So our encryption is going to be MEMATEAK. So this is how you're going to write it in terms of rows. So this is going to be your first row, and the second row will follow after the completion of first row. So after K, it will be ETETHPR. So this is how you're going to encrypt it. Not as much as robust as compared to key transposition cipher. And just a reminder, what are transposition ciphers? We are actually not replacing or substituting any letters. We're actually basically reordering the alphabets or the letters or the symbols. The another example, which is better than this rail fence cipher, because you have to agree upon in which manner you're going to write your text and encrypt it, is actually based on something called matrix system. Let's say you have the same message, which is meet me at the park, and user, sender and receiver, they can both agree on the size of a matrix. So let's say the size of the matrix that you sender and receiver has agreed upon is actually 4 by 4 in our example, which is 4 by 4. So the way we're going to write this, we're going to take our message and we're going to write it in terms of 4 letters in terms of rows. So the way we're going to encrypt it is like this: meet. So here's my message, the first word of the message: meet me at the park. All right. So if the message is if the message is small, I can choose a 4 by 4 matrix. If the message is big, we're going to choose another bigger size of the matrix. So in our case, we're going to write it in terms of row wise. We're going to write the message in terms of row wise, and when we're going to encrypt, we're going to encrypt using column wise. So the way we're going to do it, our encryption is going to be in terms of this. So we're going to read off first column, then we're going to go and read these letters, then we're going to go and read these letters, and so forth, so on. All right, so this is how my encryption will become. So at the receiving end, the way it's going to be decrypted is actually, we're going to make, the other party will make that in terms of what do you call a 4 by 4 matrix, and it's going to pick up those letters. So if it's a 4 by 4 matrix, it's going to pick up the first 4 letters and write them column wise. All right, so they're going to write this message column wise, just like this. So the first 4 letters, they're going to write it like in terms of first column will become MMTA, second column will become EEHR, and EAEE, and then TTP. All right, and the way he's going to decrypt it, he's going to write it in terms of column, but he's going to read in terms of rows. So the decryption will be meet me at the park. One thing you need to understand regarding natural languages, even though we're introducing bogus character, anything that looks out like, it's not looking unordinary. So if something is looking unordinary, we can detect, a human can easily detect. Like for example, even though we introduce a bogus character like X, when a person decipher this or decrypt this, you will be able to know, okay, that X and Z, there must have been some bogus character, because in English the frequency of X and Z is very, very small. There are very few letters or words, sorry, there are very few words in English language that starts from X and Z they are very limited. The frequency of these letters are very limited. That's why we use X or Z as a bogus character. And you will hardly find any word in an English language, specifically we're talking about in English language, which have like Z or X in the middle of the word. It's very rare. So based on that, you're going to judge in English specifically that this is just a filler, or this is just like a padding alphabet or padding letter or something like that. So I hope you like this small tutorial on transposition keyless transposition cipher. If you have any questions, please leave it in a comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.